Hello everyone, my name is Wittmann. If this is the first video that you see me, I am a loan officer DSCR, especially multifamily, and I am also a real estate investor. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how you use Zillow information as a newbie investor. You do not need to buy lead. You don't need to spend money with fancy tools for buying whole cash flow properties. All you need is just Zillow, which is free, and my DSCR Deal Analyzer, which is I provide you for free. Link in description, and consistency. Show up and do your work, and that's all you need. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Today I'm going to show you the live listing. This one in Zillow, then Lodi. I don't know if you know Lodi. Lodi is Northern California. It's a winery. It is beautiful. I live not too far from there. I love Lodi, so that's why I'm going to show you Lodi listing. All right, so first section on Zillow that you have to pay attention to is the picture. Good listing agent usually they post nice picture on Zillow. It's synced automatically through the MLS or whatever system they put the listing on. You should at least glance through the picture they post on before you even drive yourself to save some time. At least you have general idea what the property look like. It might not telling you what the roof conditions, how good they are. Some do, some don't. But in general, you those kind of information you have to see when you're there. But for now, at least you see, oh, this actually the house not look too bad. Inside look vacant. Again, for vacant or not vacant, this have to be subject to verify. Sometimes they put listing as a vacant house because it look declutter, it's look nice and clean, but actually it's have a tenant inside the property. So you have to verify. Don't go by the look like vacant. There's no one there. No, it's not all the case all the time. Okay. You can see some put layout, so I kind of have general idea. Okay, that's the first section information. Next section below here, it's telling you it's a duplex. Okay, sometimes it's correct, sometimes it doesn't. Zillow again, I would say 80% of the time the information correct. 20% is you have to verify. Some could have a glitch problem, information like that. So but it's enough for you just to glance that is the deal worth for you, to pursuing or not. Okay, built in 1967, so do the math, 23, so almost 50 years old home, and they look like they just upgraded or some kind of cosmetic improvement. Two-car garage, quiet train line, two bathroom, two houses on one lot. So it's it's not it's they call detached property for the rental. When we quote for the loan, they will ask you detached or attached. Detached means two houses separately. Attached means they share a wall. For duplex, triplex, so for duplex they have two units, next to each other. Triplex is 3 unit, fourplex, four unit, or could be 4 unit, same floor, or two low, two up. Could be laid out separate. But bottom line is 4 unit for fourplex. All right, for this one it's duplex. Just by the way, it's not trying to confusing you. And the listed agent here also show they have phone number here. Okay, you can reach out to the listed agent too. Okay. Before newbie investor, I highly, highly recommend find the agent you want to work with first, and then you reach out to them and let them reach out to listing agent after. Why? Because you think if you reach out directly to the listed agent, you think who they work for? They work for the seller, right? So you want to find the agent that representing you for your best interest. By law, especially in California, it's not against the law for them to do dual representation. They can represent you and the seller both if the seller agree with. and you agree with that as well. But for my personal experience, I would think, especially newbie, you should have your own agent first and let them negotiate with the listing agent. But for savvy investor, that's different. Okay, savvy investor meaning, how it works. You know how the investor's world works. Technical term, how to negotiate. You have, everything's ready to go, catch stack. You want to close fast. You want to go. Those different. The savvy investor. Oftentimes, I see they reach out directly to listed agent because they want a listing agent to motivate so they can get two-side commission from buyer and seller, both side commission. This information subject to verify every listing different. Okay, so I'm just saying in general, as of today, I see this strategy still used, but it could be outdated whenever what year you were watching. So don't come me on that. Okay, so that's just so I know. Again, back to this list again. For newbie, I highly recommend find your agent and reach out to them and have them reach out to the agent to reach out to get information from. That would be my call. But you can reach out to the listing agent too if you want to. It's not hard. But if they ask you, okay, do you have agent or not, you just saying that you do. So you're not kind of tie yourself up with them. They will send you contract to sign and something like that. So just so you know, that's part of negotiation strategy. All right, next section I think is very important. Okay, let's move on. Fact and feature. You can glance through this. It's very basic information that you should know. There's a highlight information is how many beds, how many bath, full bath, okay, full and half. The half meaning the one that don't have the tub, the shower. The half usually more in kind of have everything but except shower. The half. Livable area here also this is important information. Livable areas mean inside the house. If the garage converted and they tell you this, you have to ask them, okay, if that permit. If it's not permit, it does not count. Sometimes the listing agent count the garage converted into the livable area, even though it's not permitted. No, you have to subject 45. Why? Because that square footage used for comparable as well. This is how much dollar per square footage. So more square footage, more dollars you spend. So this information is very important that you have to verify. Fireplace, I like it when my rental don't have the fireplace. The risk is fire. When deal with it. Also insurance increase. Floor linoleum is kind of old, but it's not very bad. But I'm just saying if you that's is room for your improvement and get better rent. Next one is zoning. It's R2 is duplex zone, so that's correct because this property is duplex, meaning they're not built against the zoning, so that's good. Foundation raised, okay. What else like here? Okay, here below here, this history. Price listing history. So it looked like they put for rent before and then they changed their mind to put for sale instead. Here was interesting. They put for rent, okay, August last year, 27.95. And then next month after they reduce the rent. If this information correct, okay? It could be wrong, but I'm just read by what I'm seeing here. 1 month later, they reduce $100 more. And finally, they decided to take out of the rental market and put it for sale instead on May. So that you kind of see history, what's going on. And if you're going to put it for rent for 25, 45, that could be challenging because they've been trying, right? You may have to rent it for less. But that's you have to know what's is a 2-1, 2 bed 1 bath in your market. You know how much it's rented for. Why is it 2-1? Because say 4-2 for duplex. So each unit 2-1, right? 2 bed 1 bath. All right, now let me go down here one more. I want to show you. This is important as well when you calculate your deal analysis. You need the property tax information. It's populated automatically, but you have to know the tax rate area in the area you want to invest it in. For this area, 1.38. If it's correct one, let's say if 145, like my area is gonna change, you populate automatically, so you can go in and change. Okay, just here, home insurance, you have to check with your broker insurance just to make sure also the 247 per unit or for both. For what I'm seeing here is the house look like it's a 2 houses. So that quote could be for 1 house. Okay. It might not be for both houses. So you have to verify and also verify if that insurance is rental insurance, not the property the owner live in. You want a rental insurance. And also best, if the rental area is high, you should cover for rental loss as well. All right, so that's the so far information you can. Oh, right here, oh, the last, I almost forget. So you can see a sold comp. The yellow is sold. You can see sold in 500,000 when. Oh, when this, so this one you can see for here. It should say the date here. Maybe it's a recently sold. You can go down. They just remove here. So mine sold last year. You can see this area close by 995. They might rent it for 1995. It could be, but I'll be less. Okay, so that's, you kind of see the common area there. All right, so that's it for today. I hope it's helpful. So this video, again, that's for buy and hold strategy. If you are looking for flip home, this is not strategy and deals that I would think it would go for. Zillow have a lot of information that basic information you need for deal analyzer. If the basic information is kind of meet your basic criteria, then you move to the next phase of the analyzer. You want to go see properties and make a detail. Now you come down to very detailed one, which is phase 2, when you drive there and see and talk and get information. But before you do that, you want to make sure you do you due diligent enough that this deal is worth for your time to drive to spend some time with it. Okay, so hopefully it's help, and hopefully it will save your time to get to you to your rental property portfolio. All right, bye for now.